4th of July holiday meant to be a good time, but boating under the influence is nothing to joke about.
The U.S. Coast Guard and other law enforcement agencies will be out in full force this weekend on area waterways.
Our Evan Peterson tells us about Operation Dry Water and what that means for local boaters.
It's a plan to keep boaters out on Lake Michigan safe this weekend.
This weekend, the 5th to the 7th, is what's called Operation Dry Water.
And despite it taking place out on the water, the Coast Guard says they have every intention of keeping things dry.
Focus in on boating under the influence of alcohol.
The U.S. Coast Guard, stationed out in Milwaukee, says Operation Dry Water is looking for those would-be captains who are acting reckless.
Federally, it is 0.08 blood alcohol content. Wisconsin, that is the same. Even if you're not at that 0.08, you are affected. And a lot of people aren't as confident out on the water as they are, say, in a vehicle.
Enforcing this operation is a fleet of nearly 24 boats.
Doing boardings, performing those tests to see if people are actually boating under the influence.
And if their track record is any indication of how serious they take this.
2016, we did 367 actually issued citations for BUI, but we boarded and made contact with over 131,000 people out on the water.
They're not messing around.
There's fines. They can terminate your voyage, which means they'll actually escort you back in and they'll stop you from having your event out on the water.
The penalties are the same as if you were driving a car under the influence. Don't let a reckless decision on the water put you in jail back on land.
A representative with the U.S. Coast Guard tells me that they have two main safety violations they will most likely be handing out this weekend. And those are for life jackets and fire extinguishers. They say simply not having enough is incredibly dangerous. So to make sure your boat is up to code before you hit the water, information can be found over on fox6now.com or the Fox 6 News app. Just search the word boating. Ted, Stephanie?